renewal of mind and reconfiguration of our thoughts that we are able to position ourselves to receive all the blessings that God has set aside for us. For it is not us who are waiting for the blessing, but rather the blessing that is waiting for us to be in the right frame of mind. Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are extremely well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much on your own terms, and that you are now fully sovereign, that you fully awakened, that you're operating from your first eye and looking at things spiritually and moving through life spiritually. It is absolutely crucial and critical, family, because they've always told us the world is a stage. And it's like a lot has been hidden in plain sight. I already did a show, I think a year or two ago, talking about how aliens walk amongst us, how they live amongst us. And I mean, who are the aliens? You know, that's a whole other story for a whole other day, family. I've also done a show on what is AI. But with everything that's happening on a global scale, where you realize like the same script that was being used in the divided states by the Democrats, the Globalist, is the same script that was being used in a small country like Kenya and different African countries and different countries around the world, where the politician's character and persona and face is the same across the world, where they're saying one thing to your face, but they're stealing, killing, and destroying behind your back, although now it's even coming to the forefront. And when we realized, like with the dismantling of something like, oh, Pharaoh, come on, this is my co-host, Pharaoh family. When we realized with the dismantling of USAID, that USAID was literally running countries, was literally running governments. I mean, for a small nation like Kenya, over 232 companies in every single sector, from university education, media, food, agriculture, every industry, accounting, every industry that you can imagine was relying, and I think something like 15 or 5.8 billion or something like that had actually been dispersed by USAID to Kenya. And so it's like all the politicians have been cloned. They've put us under one political system that is already, it's not an election process, but a selection process, where they've actually created democracies so that they can easily influence the leader. And now that everything's gone online, they say that over 5 secret societies were allegedly in Kenya's servers during the elections doing this. And it's literally the most equipped one that won. But we have to start realizing things, family. And I feel maybe that's why I'm still on these platforms. That, number one, a lot of our presidents are not of their own mind. A lot of them have been chipped, cloned, and replaced, or a lot of them have, there's 2 of them. I've been getting this prophetic message to share with you guys, because I really want even confirmation from you if you've seen the same thing, that aliens now control top government positions across the world. And the war of the heavenlies has now manifested in the 3D. And I mean, to put it in the most rudimentary way, we can say that angels and demons, the devil's army and God's army, if you want to look at it like that. But basically, angels and the full spectrum of angels and demons and the full spectrum of demons have manifested here to try and play out something that has been played out many times before. Where we reached an end point. And some people, some of our ancient ones family, were able to move into a different world, literally. That's why we see their monuments. That's why we see their statues, their civilizations, but they're gone, they've vanished. And we've never found enough bones and bodies and graves for entire civilizations. They just, from one day they were there, the next day they were not. And I feel this is a frequency thing. Because whenever the veil becomes this thin, there are other beings whose reality is dark and horrible and miserable. We can say beings from the underworld who try and come and exist in this falling heaven in the hopes that they can somehow clutch on and hold on and be in that reality. But what ends up happening, and what has happened over and over and over again, is they have crashed that reality. But those who were spiritually and mentally ready went somewhere. And with the way things are going right now, family, it is absolutely imperative that we start asking the right questions and focusing on the right thing. Where did our ancestors go? Where did the ancient ones go? Why did they create Wakandas across the motherland, hidden cities and hidden nations? Are they hidden or are they on another frequency where we can't see them? And we've fallen so low that what we're seeing is the remnants, but they're not there. Like we're on such a low vibration where their monuments still exist because they exist on multiple, those things were put down like the pyramids are on multiple dimensions. Connecting to the Sirius series, like that ain't just here, we're on what we're seeing. But we're only able to see like what looks like an orb, but it's just abandoned. It's, if you consider it to be some kind of lighthouse or energy center, it's like the energy center has been switched off, or the inhabitants of this dimension don't know how to operate that energy center. And so, if we know that aliens walk amongst us and now they are in key presidential, political, and leadership positions across the world, even with international organizations like the World Economic Fund and things like that, then we must also awaken to what time it is and start to readjust how we are moving, how we are operating. We have to be moving spiritually now, family, so that we can have that spirit of discernment. Because your ticket is the choices that you're making. Sometimes that difficult choice to stand up for your nation, to stand up for what is right, to stand up for the truth, to move in the truth, is what will keep you from the prison planet of lies. That is what will save your life right now. And for you to be able to make choices of truth, you have to have known the truth and anchored the truth in yourself and in your reality so that it becomes a magnet for other truths. And it is also time to withdraw from the stage, to see the stage as it is, and to know that if we are in such times, if their people are here, let me put it like that, if their people are here, family, then trust and know that our people are here too. The saviors have returned in their chariots of fire, like they said, and we've been seeing it in the skies. But we have to move in spiritual maturity. That is what is called of us in this season and time, family. Stand in your own authority. Take the seat of your throne, which is your body, which is your life. Don't allow any beings, good or bad, to take that seat without your consciousness or your consent. Be the master of your experience. Anyway, special shout out to every single person that supports us on Patreon and sends us loves donations through PayPal. There's a gift for you in the mail. And for all our lovely sponsors of shows, family, we appreciate, love you so much. So if you'd like to sponsor a show and support the movement, reach out, mumbi.saraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja.